1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be wondering, what makes this penny so special? Well, stick around because we're going to explore its history, how it became such a valuable collectible, and what it's worth in today's market. By the end of this video, you'll have all the information you need about this unique coin, and maybe you'll even be checking your own penny jar for one. The Lincoln 1-cent penny was first introduced in 1909, featuring the image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and a wheat sheaf on the reverse. However, in 1959, the reverse design was changed to the iconic Lincoln Memorial, which lasted until 2008. The 1973 Lincoln penny, minted at the Denver Mint, falls under this era with the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Like many coins from the 1970s, the 1973 penny was produced in large quantities, and many people may not realize just how rare and valuable some of these pennies can be, especially if they were struck with unique characteristics or mistakes. Before we get into the market value, let's talk about the coin's key features. The obverse of the 1973 Lincoln penny features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The inscription reads, "Liberty," above, with "In God We Trust," to the left, and the year of mintage, 1973, to the right. Below Lincoln's bust is the mint mark, D for the Denver Mint. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. The words, "E pluribus unum," appear above the memorial, and below it you'll see, "United States of America," and 1 cent. The 1973 penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. Its diameter is 19 millimeters, which is standard for most modern pennies. So, why is the 1973 Lincoln penny considered valuable? Well, in most cases, it's because of specific characteristics that make a coin stand out. Generally, the 1973 penny isn't regarded as a rare coin due to its high mintage. The U.S. Mint produced over 4.5 billion 1973 pennies, so you might think that it's just another common coin. The condition of the coin, mint errors, and even the demand for copper coins can all influence the price of this penny. One of the primary reasons that a 1973 Lincoln penny could be worth more than face value is due to minting errors. Over the years, a few 1973 pennies have surfaced with errors such as, these coins feature a misalignment during the strike, which causes a noticeable doubling in the design. The most common area where this doubling can be seen is on the date, or the word, Liberty. Sometimes, a coin may not be perfectly aligned when it's struck, leading to a portion of the design being off-center. This makes the coin much more collectible to error coin enthusiasts. These happen when the die used to strike the coins becomes damaged, leaving cracks or raised portions on the coin's surface. This can also add rarity and value to certain pennies. If you happen to find a 1973 penny with any of these errors, it could greatly increase its value. Collectors will pay a premium for these unique coins. Now let's talk about how much the 1973 Lincoln penny is worth today. For most 1973 pennies, the market value is relatively low, usually just 1 cent, that's face value. However, the value can increase depending on the coin's condition and any potential mint errors. A regular 1973 penny in average circulation condition is typically worth only a few cents more than face value, usually 5 to 10 cents, depending on demand. If you have a 1973 penny in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been in circulation and maintains a pristine, shiny appearance, the value can increase to between $1 and $5. Coins in higher grades, such as MS65 or MS66, can fetch higher prices due to their superior condition. If you have a 1973 penny with a noticeable mint error, the value can skyrocket. For example, a 1973 penny with a double die or significant off-center strike could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on the rarity and demand from collectors. Can a 1973 Lincoln penny be worth $1 million? While it's unlikely for an average 1973 penny to reach that kind of value, the truth is, coins with certain rare mint errors, in impeccable condition, and with high collector demand have been known to fetch millions of dollars. The key to that $1,000,000 valuation would be finding a very rare and significant error, such as a double die or a flawless uncirculated example that is in exceptionally high demand. It's important to note, though, that even some of the rarest 1973 pennies might only hit the tens of thousands of dollars at auction. But a $1,000,000 sale is very unlikely unless it's tied to a once-in-a-lifetime error or unique circumstances. So, what should you do if you have a 1973 Lincoln penny? Start by carefully inspecting it under magnification. Look for any signs of minting errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Pay attention to the coin's overall condition. The more pristine the better. If you find a rare error coin or one in exceptional condition, you might want to have it professionally graded by a reputable numismatic grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services will assign a grade to your coin, which will help determine its value in the marketplace. So, there you have it. The 1973 Lincoln penny might not be the most valuable penny out there, but there are still opportunities to find rare and valuable specimens that can make a huge difference in your collection. Whether you're hunting for mint errors or looking for a coin in pristine condition, always keep an eye out. You never know what treasure you might find in your pocket change. 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. You might be surprised to learn that this simple coin, once just a part of everyday currency, could actually be worth a fortune. So, grab a seat and let's explore its value, rarity, and what makes this coin so special in today's market. Let's start by taking a step back into history. The 1978 Lincoln penny was minted by the U.S. Mint during a time when pennies were still made primarily from copper. At the time, pennies were commonly circulated, and most people probably didn't give them much thought beyond their everyday use. But as with many coins, there are certain anomalies that make a specific year stand out from the rest. The 1978 penny, particularly those with no mint mark, is one such anomaly. Now, for those of you who might not be familiar with how mint marks work, let's quickly cover it. The mint mark indicates where the coin was produced. For most years, coins minted in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark. However, in 1978, some of these pennies were made in Philadelphia, but what sets them apart is their scarcity and the potential for valuable errors. So, why is the 1978 Lincoln penny so special? The value comes from a combination of factors: rarity, demand, and condition. As time goes on, older coins that are still in great shape and are harder to find increase in value. The 1978 penny, while not rare in terms of production numbers, does have a unique place in the market because of its condition and demand among collectors. What makes this coin even more intriguing is that there have been reports of certain 1978 pennies having errors or variations, such as double die obverse or reverse. These errors are a key reason why certain 1978 Lincoln pennies can fetch significant amounts at auction. As of today, the 1978 Lincoln penny with no mint mark in standard condition isn't worth much more than face value. However, that doesn't mean it can't be worth a lot more under certain circumstances. In general, a well-circulated 1978 penny will only be worth a few cents more than its 1-cent value. However, if the coin is in mint condition, or has one of the rare error variations, it can be worth much more. A 1978 penny with no mint mark in uncirculated or proof condition can fetch anywhere from a few dollars to over $50 depending on its grade. In fact, the value of this coin in high-grade condition could rise into the hundreds, especially if it is graded MS67 or higher, which is the condition sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about errors. Errors are what can really make the 1978 Lincoln penny stand out in the marketplace. If you happen to find a 1978 penny with a rare error like a double die, which means the details are faintly doubled on either the obverse or reverse, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars. Some of these errors have been sold at auction for as much as $10,000, especially if the coin is in perfect condition and graded properly. Another notable error that can increase the value of a 1978 penny is a struck-through error, where a foreign object like a piece of debris was struck onto the coin during the minting process. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1978 penny with one of these errors, it could potentially be worth tens of thousands of dollars in the right market. The first step in identifying a valuable 1978 penny is to check its condition. If the coin looks shiny and almost brand new, it might have been well preserved. A penny in MS65 condition or better could already be worth upwards of $50 or more. However, for coins in this grade or higher, you'll want to get them professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC to establish their value properly. Secondly, examine the details on the penny closely. Look for signs of error such as doubled lettering or doubling in the Lincoln Memorial. If you spot these variations, you could have a rare error coin on your hands. The quality of the strike also plays a significant role in determining value. Coins that have clean and crisp features with no noticeable wear are the ones that are more likely to see significant appreciation in price. If you do happen to find a 1978 penny with no mint mark, or one with an error that makes it stand out, you might be wondering where you can sell it. There are a number of ways to go about this. The best way to start is by checking auction sites such as eBay, where coins like this can often be found being bought and sold for thousands of dollars. Alternatively, you can reach out to a coin dealer or even submit the coin to one of the major coin grading services for an official appraisal. If your penny is graded highly and has an error, you may want to put it up for auction or sell it to the highest bidder. 1984 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think all pennies are the same, but trust me, this particular coin has some serious value, and if you have one, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Stick around as we dive into its history, the factors that affect its worth, and most importantly, its current market value, which, for some lucky individuals, could be in the millions of dollars. Before we get into its value, let's take a quick look at the history of the coin itself. The 1984 Lincoln penny was minted as part of the ongoing series of 1-cent coins featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. While this design has been in use since 1909, the 1984 penny has something special about it. It's the absence of a mint mark that makes it so rare. Mint marks on U.S. coins are typically used to denote where the coin was produced. The letters D and S represent coins minted in Denver and San Francisco, respectively, while coins made at the Philadelphia Mint usually don't have a mint mark. However, in 1984, something unusual happened, and some pennies were struck without a mint mark, even though they were produced in Philadelphia. These errors, though small, make the 1984 no mint mark penny much more sought after by collectors. The 1984 no mint mark penny is rare not just because of its missing mint mark, but also due to the error in production. Although this was a minor minting mistake, it creates a unique condition that stands out among the vast number of Lincoln pennies from that year. Many collectors are always on the lookout for these types of mistakes, as error coins can sometimes have significant value. The reason for this is simple: there are fewer of them available in circulation, making them harder to find. Plus, collectors value rarity. Coins with minting errors, such as double strikes, misprints, or missing marks, often fetch a much higher price in the market than a regular coin. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter: the current market value of the 1984 no mint mark Lincoln penny. In terms of face value, a 1984 penny is worth just 1 cent. However, when it comes to rare coins like the 1984 no mint mark penny, the value can increase dramatically. A 1984 no mint mark penny in circulation will generally be worth anywhere from a few dollars to a few hundred, depending on its condition and whether it has been authenticated. The value of these pennies increases significantly if they are in mint condition, known as uncirculated, or in proof-like quality, meaning they show little to no signs of wear. If the penny is graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC, and it scores high, then it could be worth several $1,000s. For example, in some rare cases, well-preserved 1984 no mint mark pennies have been sold for as much as $10,000 to $15,000 at auction, but these are considered extraordinary finds. A typical one might be valued at a few $100s in good condition, and for those who stumble upon a truly pristine example, it could be worth even more. Now you may be asking, can the 1984 no mint mark penny be worth millions? While it's unlikely that you'll find a 1984 penny worth millions, there are instances where error coins like this one do sell for extraordinary amounts. Generally, coins that fetch millions are either extremely rare or have a combination of errors and historical significance that make them invaluable to collectors. The 1984 no-mint mark penny, while rare and valuable, is not likely to reach that level of worth. It could, however, continue to appreciate in value over time, especially as the rarity of these coins increases and more collectors hunt them down. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable pennies? It's quite simple. Look closely at the reverse side of the coin, where you'll typically find a mint mark just beneath the date. On the 1984 no mint mark penny, you won't find any mint mark, indicating it was produced in Philadelphia, but without the usual identifier. Additionally, inspect the coin for its overall condition. The better the condition, the higher its potential value. The grade of a coin is determined by how much wear and tear it shows. Coins that are graded as MS65 or better, mint state 65 or higher, are considered to be in excellent condition, and those are the ones that fetch the highest prices. If you think you've got one of these valuable pennies, or if you've come across one in your change, you might be wondering how to sell it. The best way to sell a rare coin is to have it professionally graded. You can do this by sending it to services like PCGS, NGC, or NX. These grading services will assign a grade to your coin, helping to establish its value. Once graded, you can sell it through various channels, including online auction sites, numismatic dealers, or at coin conventions where collectors gather to buy and sell. Just be sure to do your research and get your coin appraised before making any deals. So there you have it. The 1984 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is a rare and potentially valuable coin, with some examples fetching thousands of dollars at auction. While it may not be worth millions, its unique error and the growing interest in rare coins means that it can still be a great find for any collector. If you have one of these pennies, or if you come across one, don't just dismiss it as another ordinary coin. It could be worth more than you think. 1990 Lincoln 1-cent penny coin and exploring its current market value. You may be surprised to learn that this penny, which seems so ordinary, could be worth a lot more than you think. Some of these coins are reaching values in the millions. Stay tuned as we uncover all the important details and what makes this penny so special. Let's start with the basics. The 1990 Lincoln 1-cent penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the DE mint mark. This coin features the iconic design of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. While the coin is technically considered a common circulation coin, there's more to it than meets the EYE.I. In general, the 1990 penny is quite abundant, with millions of them being produced. However, some rare versions, with specific errors or unique characteristics, have caught the eye of collectors, driving up the value significantly. These rare pennies are what make the 1990 a topic of interest in the world of numismatics. So, what makes certain 1990 pennies worth more than others? There are a few key factors that contribute to the value of this coin. One of the main reasons for the higher value of certain 1990 pennies is minting errors. Some of these pennies have rare and sought-after defects, such as double dies or die cracks, that make them more valuable to collectors. The condition, or grade, of the coin plays a huge role in its market value. Coins in uncirculated or near-perfect condition fetch much higher prices than those that have been circulated or show signs of wear and tear. Like any collectible, the demand from collectors and investors greatly impacts the price. As interest in certain coins grows, so does their market value. Some specific varieties of the 1990 penny are rarer than others, contributing to their higher value. A variety with only a few known examples in top condition can command a premium price. Now, let's talk about the current market value of the 1990 Lincoln penny. For the average, non-error coin in worn or circulated condition, you'll typically find it selling for about 1 to 5 cents. But don't let that fool you, because some specific 1990 pennies can be worth significantly more. For example, if you happen to come across a 1990 penny in uncirculated condition, it could easily be worth between $5 and $10, depending on its grade. And if the coin has a rare error, you could be looking at something much more valuable. One of the most sought-after 1990-60 pennies is the 1990-60 double-dyed penny, which features a noticeable doubling on the lettering or numbers. Coins with this type of error are highly prized by collectors, and in top grades, they can be worth several $100s. Additionally, some proof-like 1990-60 pennies, which exhibit a mirror-like finish despite not being officially classified as proof coins, can be worth a significant amount as well. The condition and the clarity of the mirror finish can make these pennies worth anywhere from $20 to $50, with some fetching even more if they are in mint condition. However, the true game changer comes when you encounter a perfect 1990-60 penny in MS67 or higher grade. Coins like this, especially those with rare errors, have sold for several $1,000s. In some cases, if the penny has an especially unique error and is in pristine condition, collectors have paid up to $10,000 or more. And now for the most exciting part. While the typical 1990-60 penny might not be worth millions, there have been rare instances where error varieties, especially those in pristine condition, have fetched record-breaking prices at auctions. For example, a penny with a unique error, possibly a double die or off-center strike, and in perfect condition could, under the right circumstances, sell for over $1 million. While this is exceptionally rare, it has happened with other coins in the same category, and it's a reminder that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. If you've got a 1990-60 penny and you're wondering how to check its value, here are a few tips to help you out. Examine the condition. Use a magnifying glass to inspect your coin for any wear and tear. If it looks brand new and uncirculated, it's worth more than a well-worn one. Look for errors. Check for any double dies, off-center strikes, or other minting errors. These can drastically increase the value of your coin. Get a professional grading. For coins that you believe might be worth a significant amount, it's always a good idea to send them to a professional grading service. This can help determine the true market value of your coin and ensure you're getting the best price if you decide to sell. Track auction results. Check auction websites and numismatic marketplaces to see if similar 1990-60 pennies have sold recently. This will give you a better idea of the current market price. And there you have it, folks. The 1990-60 Lincoln 1-cent penny is a fascinating coin with the potential to be worth much more than its face value. While most of them are common and relatively inexpensive, the rare varieties, especially those with errors or in perfect condition, can be worth a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye out for unique coins that might have hidden value. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on more coin videos and tips. Have you found a rare 1990-60 penny or any other valuable coin? Drop a comment below and let us know. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Welcome back, coin enthusiasts! In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins in the world of numismatics, the 1965 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. If you've ever wondered about the value of your 1965 penny, or if you think you might be sitting on a small fortune, stick around, because you're in for an exciting journey. Now, when most people think about valuable pennies, they probably imagine rare mint errors or limited edition coins, but the 1965 Lincoln penny has quite the backstory and market value that might surprise you. If you've got a 1965 penny in your collection, it might be worth far more than its face value, and in some cases, it could be worth thousands of dollars, or even millions. The history of the 1965 Lincoln penny. The 1965 Lincoln penny is part of the ongoing series of Lincoln cents that have been produced by the U.S. Mint since 1909. However, what makes the 1965 penny unique is its role in the history of U.S. coinage. During this year, the U.S. Mint made a significant change in the composition of pennies, moving from the traditional 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc mix to a new, more cost-effective formula, 95% copper and 5% zinc. This change was prompted by rising copper prices, which led to the creation of the more durable, zinc-plated steel pennies starting in 1943 and a few years after. The 1965 penny, in particular, is noted for having no mint mark on the coin. At this time, the US Mint had suspended mint marks on most coins except for the special proof sets, which is why you won't find a mint mark on the 1965 pennies produced at the Philadelphia Mint. What makes the 1965 no mint mark penny valuable? The value of the 1965 penny is primarily driven by two things: its rarity and the specific condition it's in. Though the US Mint produced billions of pennies in 1965, the fact that it lacks a mint mark means that it's often associated with a higher level of collector interest. Now, let's dive into what influences its value. Coin condition, grading. As with most coins, the condition of your 1965 Lincoln penny plays a huge role in determining its worth. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins are typically graded on a scale ranging from good to mint state, with higher grades being more valuable. A 1965 penny that's in uncirculated, or MS65, condition will fetch significantly more than one that's been heavily worn. Mint errors next. Let's talk about mint errors. While most 1965 pennies were struck correctly, some may have rare and unusual errors that significantly increase their value. A well-known error associated with 1965 pennies is the double die variety. This is where the coin was struck multiple times during the minting process, resulting in overlapping or doubled images on the coin. If you happen to find a 1965 penny with a double die error, you could be looking at a potential treasure worth thousands, or more, on the open market. Current market value now. Let's get into the part that everyone is excited about: the current market value of the 1965 Lincoln penny. As mentioned, the value can range dramatically based on the coin's condition, mint errors, and demand. Here's an overview of what you can expect. Uncirculated 1965 Lincoln penny. If your 1965 penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth anywhere from $2 to $10, depending on the quality and demand from collectors. These are often sold in bulk or individually at coin shows and auctions. 1965 Lincoln penny with mint errors. Mint errors can dramatically increase the value of a coin. For example, if you have a 1965 penny with a noticeable double die error or a similar flaw, it can easily fetch anywhere from $500 to $5,000 or more, depending on the rarity and severity of the error. Some extreme cases with significant errors have even been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. The $1 million penny? You might be wondering, can a 1965 penny really be worth millions? The answer is yes, but it's extremely rare. The pennies that fetch these astronomical prices are usually the result of extreme, one-of-a-kind mint errors that significantly impact the coin's appearance and rarity. One notable example is a special 1965 penny with an extremely rare double die error, which could potentially bring in $1 million sale or more at a top-tier auction. How to determine if your 1965 Lincoln penny is valuable now? Here are some steps you can follow to determine if your 1965 penny could be worth a small fortune. Look for any signs of wear or corrosion. If the coin is in exceptional condition with no scratches or discoloration, it could be worth more than a typical circulated penny. Check for any doubling in the date or the lettering, especially on the Liberty or In God We Trust inscriptions. Look for off-center strikes or other signs of minting irregularities. If you believe your penny might have some rare features, take it to a professional coin appraiser or dealer who can assess its value. If you suspect you have a double die error or other unique feature, a certified grading service, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can help authenticate and grade your coin. Final thoughts on the 1965 no mint mark Lincoln penny. In conclusion, while most 1965 Lincoln pennies won't make you a millionaire, there are definitely some exceptions to the rule. The value of your penny is largely determined by its condition, rarity, and any mint errors it may contain. For those lucky enough to possess a 1965 Lincoln penny with a unique error or in pristine condition, you might be sitting on a small fortune. Remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. What may seem like a simple penny could potentially be worth much more than you think. So, Always keep an eye out for rare varieties, and who knows? You might just have a coin worth millions of dollars hidden in your collection.